You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Henley, and I'm here with my good buddy and newly elected sheriff for Clinch County, Stephen Tinsley.
How you doing tonight?
Man, Stephen, congratulations winning the sheriff's race. Man, I know it was a long night, Tuesday night for you, but it had to be an exciting night.
It was an exciting day.
Well, all day. I know y'all did it all day.
We did. We had a lot of family and friends there and supporters here from Clinch County and a few special friends that came even to visit that day.
Now, Stephen, was you surprised with how many people turned out to vote? Because this wasn't a regular, this was a runoff election, actually.
You know, normally in a runoff election, based on statistics, only about 60% of people return to the polls to vote. Here in Clinch County this time, 93% of the folks actually showed up and re-voted.
Man,
so we had a large turnout and a successful one for me.
That's right, that's right. Man, again, congratulations. Now, you won't actually start until January. I guess you'll be sworn in January the 1st.
That's correct, or if it falls on a holiday, a couple of days later.
That's right.
Sometime the 1st of January.
Well, man, you know, we've had some people that we have a Facebook page for Creekbox, and they always text in some of the questions. And you running, man, that's one thing that you did. It seems like I've seen you all over Homerville, Fargo, Argyle, DuPont. Now, you campaigned, so you put in a lot of miles.
I did. On average, I usually burn a tank of gas a day. So anywhere from a couple hundred to 300 miles a day putting on it, or just sitting still talking to people. But
I seen you at Lem Griffiths down there in Fargo.
That's correct.
To the swamp here. It's been about a month ago. You were down there.
We went there a couple of times because I wanted to make sure I tried to get everybody, and I wasn't successful getting everybody or catching them at home. But I have to fully. I fully believe that I went to every residence and left a card and the contact information if they wanted to contact me. But anyway, it paid off.
That's right. Do you think that made a big difference in getting elected, Stephen?
I know it did.
Did you? Yeah, a lot of people, man, they're funny about that. They want to see, if you take the time to go see them, I mean, it makes them feel special.
Exactly. You know? And they should feel that way because each and every citizen of Clinch County is special.
That's right. And man, you didn't win everybody over. But
That's right.
Mean, you probably got run out of some yards here and there every now and then.
Actually, I can laugh about it now, but I only got ran out of 1 yard.
Well, man, that was good. Yeah, you ahead of the ball game if that's the case here in Clinch
County. I have to say, I didn't even step a foot in it because I got ran out as I was on the way up to the drive.
Well, that's good, man. And getting to that, that's going to lead into my first question.
Sure. It
was close. It was 21 votes between you and Raymond Peterston, and I think you won 51% of the voters, and he had 49%. Now, Stephen, saying that means 49% of the people voted against you. What would you say to the other people that voted against you that you're going to change their mind, that what you're going to do to change their mind? Is there anything that you've thought about that, man?
For sure. The first thing, though, I heard you say that about half the citizens voted against me. You know, in reality, half the citizens didn't vote against me, but half the people that voted against me. One issue we have here in Clinch County is not everybody likes to go to the polls and actually vote. I think we have about 3,200 registered voters, and only about close to 2,000 of them, came out and actually voted. So when you look at the whole scheme, and as we was monitoring the numbers that night and stuff, and got the news that we had actually won, regarding the number of citizens here in Clinch County, in reality, only about 13% of the folks didn't vote for me. But you know what? That doesn't matter.
That's right.
Because they are citizens of Clinch County. And as a sheriff, newly elected sheriff, it's my responsibility and my job to protect each and every one of the citizens here in Clinch County, regardless of who they voted for or who they supported or who they're kin to. It doesn't matter to me. I'm here, and thank you to the citizens for entrusting your vote to me and allowing me this opportunity. I look forward to it. It is my job to serve you and also to protect your homes and your businesses. And I plan on using my expertise and my 30 years of law enforcement to make it happen. We're going to build a sheriff's office that's going to provide that service, and that's my ultimate goal, and we're going to make it happen.
Man, Stephen, as you watch, man, with this COVID-19, the virus, the world has changed. As me and you knew it, we grew up in it. And every time you turn on the news, whether you watch Fox or CNN, they're protesting something, and there's some peaceful protesting, but there's a lot of violent protesting that's going on in this country.
That's right.
Man, my question is, man, if something happened in Homerville, which, Lord, I hope it never does, but if it did, and we had some violent protests that broke out, man, how would you handle something like that?
Well, like you said, there's peaceful protest and there's violent protest. There is no law on the books that prevent peaceful protesting. There's certain ordinances in the city and the county. I'll be quite frank with you, I don't know if Clinch County has any set up. That'll be something I'll check on when I take office. But regarding most cities, they have ordinances that they have to get permits to hold a rally or a protest or whatever. And you try to, get as much information about the leader of that organization and see, first off, see what the atmosphere of the protest is planning on being and what the purpose of it is and who might be there. And, it'd be my job to do some research and figure out what's supposed to go on. And, we will assign, or the city or the county will assign a location for that peaceful protest to happen. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's freedom of speech, and I look forward to having many of them if people have concerns. We'll have them. However, there's not anything such as you mentioned, of blocking roads and
that's right. You see that going on TV now.
Yeah, any criminal elements is not a peaceful protest.
Right.
Whether that's blocking the highways or blocking the entrances to restaurants and
breaking
stores.
Windows.
Exactly. Busting car windows. That's not a protest. That's of the peaceful manner. And first off, like I said, I would do the research and figure out what the plan is. And if I feel that it's necessary, I'd have the appropriate resources here to defend that actions or the actions that are criminal in nature immediately before they start. The ultimate goal of running a safe and secure sheriff's office to provide citizens with protection is to know what's going on.
That's right.
Feel the attitude of the citizens, know the citizens, listen to the citizens, listen to the business owners, but get the resources that you need, that you expect you might need, have them in place already, whether that's resources from other police departments and sheriff's offices here in the community or surrounding communities, or if it's we need state assistance, state patrol or GBI or DNR. We just need manpower to prevent the criminal activity. Immediately upon seeing the criminal activity starting, deal with it, lock them up.
Don't let it get out of hand.
There's not a reason to allow them to do any of it. Lock them up. Do the report to justify why you locked them up and arrested them, and get it under control, keep it under control. Most of these organizations that do this protesting, they're not set up to sustain a 8-hour day, especially in this heat.
I guarantee you.
So they're not going to be here forever.
That's right.
They might pull in resources of their own and replace members to continue for a day or two, but ultimately they're not going to outman us. Another resource is, I could call the governor and he could send some National Guard troops if he's deemed necessary. Regardless of what the matter is, you just have to stand back, assess the problem, get your resources that you need to correct the problem or investigate the crime, or just do your job. That's what I'm here for. That's what my sheriff's department will be for. That's all we got to do is do our job.
That's right. And man, as it arises, the situation, you'll handle it as it comes forward.
Exactly. Planning is always good for a hypothetical situation.
That's right.
Never goes that way.
No, it never does.
just be fluid and do what you need to do to protect the citizens and property of the citizens.
Now, Stephen, in this campaign that y'all have had and getting and finally winning the sheriff's race, a lot of talk has been about the jail here in Clinch County.
Right.
And you hear people saying, well, there's no way we can keep the jail without raising your department's budget. How are you going to handle that, Stephen? Do you plan to raise the budget, or are you going to do away with the budget? How's that going to be handled?
Well, again, you can't necessarily plan, and I can't give you a definite answer. Mm-hmm. However, my belief is, and my plan that I'm going to have, or my goals that I'm going to have, is the sheriff's office has always been in charge of the jail here in Clinch County up until it was decided to start transporting our prisoners to surrounding counties for housing and paying the housing. I've seen numerous posts and had people question me regarding the cost.
That's right.
And they say, well, anywhere from $25 to $36 a day for medical and housing and food. That's just not so. A lot of stuff gets on social media and gets blown out of proportion.
That's right.
The fact of the matter is, there's a certain dollar number that it costs to properly house and feed and maintain not only the facility but also the medical issues. And the medical is a high expense that's reoccurring, and you never know when it's going to happen.
That's right.
Because once we take somebody into custody, it's our responsibility to deal with that. But bottom line is, I don't know if I'm going to decrease the budget, increase the budget, but I can tell you one thing for sure: I'm going to work within the budget that we have right now.
That's right.
And do the best that I can to serve the citizens and the community and protect their property. Mm-hmm. With that said, I plan on enforcing law. Mm-hmm. If you're breaking the law, then we're going to start enforcing it.
That's right.
That's going to generate more arrests because there's going to be more patrols going on, whether it's our deputies doing the patrolling all the time by themselves, or if we get other agencies in here. The citizens voted for a change.
That's right.
I campaigned on that same change, and we're just going to start doing our job. Okay. That's the bottom line. That's going to increase more people getting arrested. It's going to increase more drugs being seized, more guns taken off the street. I was reading in the newspaper before I came up here, the sheriff's articles that, people that had the activity of the sheriff's office this past week. I saw one incident, domestic dispute that they responded to. They got the information that there was altercation and physical, assault was done on several of the people. Basically told them to quit and do better, don't do it again. A couple hours later, they had to go back to the same residence. Mm-hmm. And same, more aggravated assault, more simple battery, more crime, criminal activity had been committed. Take them, do the report. No arrest. That's 2 incidents where violence has been inflicted on another individual and no arrest made.
That's right.
Just because we as a sheriff's office have to transport our prisoners, or the people that we arrest, to a different facility that's 37, 40 miles away most of the time, because we house them there in
80
Douglas.
80 miles round trip.
Exactly. Just because we have to do that, that is no excuse not to make an arrest.
That's right.
It costs money for a deputy to be gone from this county for a minimum of 2 hours to transport, whether it's one individual or 5 or 6 individuals, or fill up the van and haul them up there. The more you take, the more time it's going to be away from here. It's not safe for one deputy to drive from here with prisoners all the way to Douglas or anywhere else and expect that person to be safe. Someone could drive up beside them, a family member,
That's right.
whatever, knowing their family, loved ones going to jail. They could drive up beside them and do something and stop them, run them in the ditch, and then you got all the other criminals that you've arrested in the back of the van or the truck, or car. It's just unsafe to do that.
Well, Stephen, out campaigning, and you went everywhere in Clinch County, did most of the people agree they wanted the jail open in Clinch County that you spoke to when you was campaigning? I mean, what?
The majority of the people that I personally spoke to definitely want a jail here in this county.
That's right.
I know that it's going to cost money to either revamp this jail, which I'm against. We need a new jail away from the courthouse. We don't need to put the criminal elements that the sheriff's office has to deal with right next to our administrators who are there in the courthouse.
That's right.
We need a facility outside the courthouse
Not
annex
at the red
area.
light downtown. I
Right.
get what you're saying.
We need a place out by itself, fenced in, be able to monitor what's going on outside the fence and keep things from going over the fence. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm not going to do that first week
No,
because
that's
I don't
right.
have the power to do that.
That's right.
We have to get in there, start working, figure out what's going on, do some studies, talk to other sheriffs that are similar in size of the county population and the criminal activity that's going on. Figure out what the best avenue is.
Right.
There's grants out there that can be gotten to pay for substantial amounts of the jails.
Mm-hmm.
They can bring them in a room at a time, already pre-manufactured, set them side by side. If we decide to even go with a 2-story or 3-story jail, they can build it. It's already built, it's modular, it's of quality construction, not like the one that was built there. We will figure out how to pay for it, but that's not going to happen as soon as I take office
That's right.
in January. That's going to maybe 5, 6, maybe 10 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a goal. We need to get a well-maintained sheriff's office who can protect and serve, and then figure out what resources we need to do our job. The minimal numbers of $25 to $36 that I've seen, that's not the actual cost of what it costs to take a prisoner to Douglas and house them for the county. That's just not it, because the wear and tear on the tire, the deputies being gone, that who's patrolling our county? You know, that's just something, a goal that's going to be worked towards, and I'll find a solution to make it.
Well, man, we're going to take our first break. We got the newly elected Sheriff Stephen Tinsley with us. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. We'll come back and talk some more Clinch County.
Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. We make it a priority to know our clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. We offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers! At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll, 912-490-7142. For the best pizza and wings in town any day of the week, check out Huey's One Stop in Homerville. Drop by, fuel up, and let Mr. Nick Patel and staff serve you some mouth-watering pizza and wings that you won't soon forget. Or just take that favorite pizza and box of wings home. Call 912-487-2338 to order your pizza and wings every Friday night after the game. Huey's One Stop, 193 Church Street, Homerville. Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-Go, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Henley here with my good buddy, went to school with him, and newly elected sheriff here in Clinch County, Stephen Tinsley. Stephen, we appreciate you taking the time to come answer some questions. This is his first interview as a elected sheriff.
Yep.
So, man, we're proud to do that here on Creekbox, man. Stephen, we're going to get back to a few of the questions that come up the whole time you were campaigning, and you know, as you're on Facebook, it's like you say, you know, you see everything. You have some people say, well, he gets elected, he's going to fire everybody, or he's going to do that. I mean, you don't know. I mean, what's the answer there, Stephen?
Well, I do know one thing, or two things for sure. Number one is I don't look at Facebook. I hear
Bless
about
your heart,
Facebook. So I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on there, but
right.
I personally don't look at it.
That's good.
But the second thing is I can also assure you that I've never said, not coming out of my mouth, that I was going to fire anybody.
There you go.
And that's one thing that you can count on. Any employee that's at the sheriff's office now, I have not said it, never have, never intended to. It wasn't my prerogative when I started running to disrupt anybody's family, whether it's an employee at the sheriff's office, my family, or anybody that's committing crimes. My ultimate goal for the citizens of Clinch County when I started running for sheriff was just to provide a better location, a better facility, a better atmosphere within the sheriff's office, and more importantly, a sheriff's office that will serve the citizens of Clinch County. Mm-hmm. Not some citizens, but all citizens. However, I encourage anybody that thinks or believes or has a personal opinion that if they can't work with me for whatever reason, obviously they don't know me.
That's right.
They just heard what other people saying and going along with the crowd. I encourage each and every employee there to reach out to me or wait till January the 1st, and that's when I'll start being involved with the sheriff's office. It's not my job between now and then to worry about the sheriff's office.
That's right.
And I'm not here to take over that. But come January the 1st, I will expect whoever's wants to work to show up to work, and then we will address what we need to address.
Of course, you don't want to show up and nobody's there but you. I mean, you can't do your job. So, I mean, I see what you're saying.
That would be very, that would be, to the citizens of Clinch County, that would be a wrong thing for them to do, in my opinion.
That's
because
right.
the citizens pay taxes to provide them a salary to do a job, and they took an oath to do that job, and that's what we as taxpayers expect them to do. As the whole time I've been campaigning, I will get in and find out the procedures and the standard operating practices. I know from my personal knowledge with working alongside the sheriff's office through the years that it's not up to par for what I believe it needs to be. And so I will be addressing the policies and procedures and bringing them up to date. And then I will expect and I would demand that my employees uphold those policies, or and that they work within those policies and the standard operating procedures if they want to work. That will be entirely up to the employee themselves. I have nothing against anybody. I ran on integrity.
That's right.
And for change, a lot of people have. I've heard that they've had, and I've heard that they had issues regarding me using those words, and they've questioned my own integrity. Nobody's perfect. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. I just want people to work within the guidelines and hold them accountable. At the same time, I've had numerous employees reach out to me before the election. I've had numerous employees reach out to me after the election on Tuesday. And I told them, just like I've always said, I have no desire to get rid of you. I hope you can work for me. I hope we can work together to make a sheriff's office better to serve Clinch County.
And that's why they elected you, brother.
That's right.
I got a question right here. Somebody posted to us, and it says, like the sheriff in Clay County, Florida, would you deputize all gun owners in Clinch County if protesters turn violent? I seen that on the news.
Yeah, I did
He
too.
went down there and he, deputized everybody with a gun.
Right. My personal opinion is I liked what I saw, him standing up there with his cowboy hat on. I like cowboy hats. That might be a new uniform.
That's right.
But no, I don't agree with doing that. Number one, everybody that has a gun is not trained to use that gun.
That's right. I agree.
I know firsthand. I have family members who are not even of age to have guns, but they go out and gain access to them and do whatever they want to do, and I don't agree with that. I definitely, there's laws on the books here in the state of Georgia that allow sheriffs to form a posse, and that's simply to have quality or high quality men and women of character within the Clinch County that could provide a service to the sheriff's office. They would obviously have to be, trained properly, have the proper authority, and I would work with the county attorney and go that route to address those issues. I'm not going to have anybody working for the sheriff's office and an employee up under me who's not certified to do their job, and I'm not going to have anybody that's unfit to do their job. So that would be an issue that I'll have to take up with the county attorney to make sure all the legal ramifications. I do intend to use people of gentlemen and women of this county to assist me in like the school zones, football games, security. There's numerous, just walking around downtown in a uniform to provide protection to our presence of law enforcement, even though they may not be technically law enforcement, but just the presence of somebody that looks like they're in law enforcement. It deters criminals to just stop in and rob a place here in downtown, or
Well, I had to do that at the rec park. They would come by, the city would, and just ride through the park lot and come up there and get a snow cone, and just people seeing them, it keeps everybody comfortable and it feels safe.
I know back in the day when I started in law enforcement, I mean, we'd have people riding alongside, like citizens riding along. I want to form a community or a citizens police school training. Let the citizens come and see what we do. Let us teach them why we do certain things, how we process evidence, why we do it a certain way. I want to encourage the citizens to be involved with us at the sheriff's office. At the same time, I don't want to put them in any danger. So I just want to make sure I got my ducks in a row legally to have anybody associated with ride-alongs or working for me in such places as the school zones. I want them to be properly have the proper authority to do that for me.
Yeah, that's right, man, and you have to do that. Stephen, this is an election year, presidency. You have Republicans, Democrats. Yesterday, Biden nominated Kamala Harris as his running mate. She's going to be the vice president. And man, she made a comment a while back that she was going to support the buyback program. I know you've heard that. If you have guns, she's wanting to take all the handguns from people and have the government buy them back. Man, if Biden was elected and they made an executive order that they were going to do that to the citizens of Clinch County, what would you do? Would you abide by that? Would you go and take the weapons or the guns back from the citizens of Clinch County? I mean, how would you handle something like that?
I'm going to answer that in a two-part question.
All right.
Based on my training and experience and the knowledge of working with other agencies, state, federal, and more importantly, working in larger cities, I've seen buyback programs already in cities, in numerous cities across the United States. They are very successful in allowing citizens who possess a gun, whether legally or illegally, to turn that gun in for $10.
That's right.
They're not getting when you say buyback program, you're not getting the value of the gun. This is people who's found a gun on their property and took it inside, or maybe they've taken it away from their grandkids or son or daughter, and they know they don't need a gun, so they have a gun in their home, they don't know what to do with it, and instead of just throwing it in the street for a kid to get or somebody else to use in a criminal activity, they're trying to do something proper and turn the gun in without any consequences of getting arrested, because number one, it might be stolen, or it might have been used in a crime.
That's right.
So it's just a program. The ones I've seen, they work fine for getting 5. I mean, I remember instances where they may get 600, 700, 800 guns in one day, like on a Saturday morning.
That's got to be a good thing to get them off the street.
It's an excellent way to do that. And ATF is the one that was doing it in the cities, or in conjunction with ATF, and they would, get court orders after the fact, after receiving all of them, and destroy those guns, so to never be used again. And now, regarding the actual, you said the executive order, if they come in and issued an executive order and all that stuff, or maybe a new law or whatever, number one, the executive orders have to be, it's already been voted on by the U.S. Supreme Court that the executive orders have to go within the guidelines of the laws that are already on the book, and the bottom line is that they can write all the executive orders that they want to. It's not going to happen that they're going to demand us to come collect guns to go back. It just legally is not going to happen, because it would be tied up in the court system so long that it would never get down to us to have to implement those. However, the Second Amendment gives us the opportunity to possess firearms. And that's exactly the reason they do it, or the Constitution does it, is because number one is to keep the government from coming in and infringing in on us. So I believe in the U.S. Constitution. I'm from this county. I hunt, I fish. I don't have a lot of guns. I got some hunting guns though.
That's right.
But I will not be coming and taking guns from somebody's house. If the law, the U.S. Constitution is changed, and you know how long that would take, because they're not even working together on simple items right now. So changing the Constitution is not going to happen. So no, the answer is it's not going to happen here, and for any reason that it did 25, 30 years from now, I'm not going to be around to worry about it. But they're not coming to take my guns, and I don't expect that I'll be taking anybody else's gun.
Now, Stephen, and you being in law enforcement, a lot of times you're outmanned when it comes to weapons and guns.
Every day.
The type of weapons they have now, how do you feel about people having that type of weapon, the assault weapons as they call? What's your take on that?
I believe that any person that legally possesses a gun can have any gun that they legally can possess. If they don't have a legal reason to possess a gun, then they're breaking the law, and I'm gonna have to enforce that law.
That's right.
Not because, hey, well, so-and-so's got a little sawed-off shotgun over here, but because of who he is, I'm not going to go get it. If I know he or she's got a shotgun or any gun that's illegal, then I'm gonna have to address the issue.
That's right.
Because it's just the law.
That's right.
Y'all elected me to enforce the law here in Clinch County, and I'm here to protect all the citizens, not just the ones that's got access to the illegal guns.
That's right.
A lot of hunters and avid sportsmen, they love target shooting and stuff, so they do everything and all kind of modifications and adjustments to their guns to make them shoot better and longer distances and quieter. And hey, as long as you can do it within the law, have at it. I'm here for you. And as a citizen that possesses guns, there may be an opportunity that I might need to come to you to get your legally possessed gun to utilize by my officers in an emergency situation, because like you said, we don't have the guns that can compete with other people here in the community.
That's right.
And we certainly don't have enough bullets if something really went bad. We have a substantial amount, but look at the Waco and Ruby Ridge and stuff. It's just you don't ever know what's going to happen.
That's right.
So again, that's where you got to have your resources, and The citizen with the gun or the gun shop, that might be my resource for that day.
There you go.
You got to do what you got to do to protect and serve.
That's
and
right.
We at the sheriff's office will definitely be calling on the citizens to participate, whether it's just the intelligence or an example of that. I need to borrow your gun.
There you go. But I ain't got enough. Well, I got a shotgun. That's
Yeah.
about all I got. Well, Stephen, man, we appreciate you taking the time to come be here on Creek Box with us. And before we go, I want to give you an opportunity to speak to the citizens of Clinch County, because I know you're excited, happy that you're elected, man, and just whatever you want to say to them, go ahead, brother.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to just say that I'm humbled at the opportunity to serve Clinch County. This is my home. This is where I grew up. There's been a lot of changes since I've been gone, but I'm back, and all I want to do for the citizens of Clinch County is just to make it a better place for you, your kids, your grandkids, and anybody visiting you here in the wonderful Clinch County with all the resources that we have as far as, the activities such as the swamp and just family visitations. I'm here. I appreciate the fact that you elected me. I know everybody didn't want to change. I know other people didn't vote for me, but I'm what you got to be your next sheriff for the next 4 years. I humbly ask you to give me a chance to earn your trust. I promise you I will do the most that I can possibly do to make a sheriff's office that is better in providing or gaining resources that we can utilize to better serve you, the citizen of Clinch County. Without you and your tax dollars, the county would not exist. I have no desire to go in and increase your taxes because of the sheriff's office being ran improperly or have to have all kind of new equipment and stuff. All we want to do is serve you and have employees that want to serve the citizens. And that's all I ask. My phone number is 912-660-1906. If you have any concerns, questions, problems, please feel free to call me. My phone is always on. If I cannot answer it at that particular moment, I promise you I will be back in touch with you as soon as I can. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve you, the citizens of Clinch County, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you, and my door is always open. Please feel free to reach out, and thank you again.
Well, man, there it is, Stephen Tinsley. He's the newly elected sheriff here of Clinch County, and we appreciate you coming in again, Stephen. And I want to remind everybody, if you have any questions, Stephen's done told me, if any questions, y'all can go to our Facebook page. We'll have him back, I'm sure, here probably 2 or 3 months from now and touch base with him. If y'all have any questions, please post them. You'll be glad to answer any questions.
Anytime, day or night.
Well, man, we appreciate it, Stephen. God bless you, man.
Thank you.
And congratulations, and we'll see y'all next week.
You're watching Creekbox TV.